So do we know if James did any part
The
of it?
author did state Kayla and James both contributed to the book. They gave permission
Okay.
and contributed. She said they volunteered all the information. And the other people did too. It wasn't just James and Kayla. Let's keep this real. There was that Sabrina girl and other couples involved. It was not just based on James and Kayla. Everybody involved, according to the author, provided the information given to her.
Do you guys have the name of the book?
Yes, I do. Let me go look it up real quick. Hold on. The book is called Upstate Girls, and it's on Amazon. If you want the author's name, I'll grab it real quick. Hold on.
Probably not a good live for you, Bubba.
Not only that, but I had also heard that there was a comment addressed.
The author is Katie Riley, and the book is called Upstate Girls, and it is on Amazon.
You're good, Duchess. There was a comment addressed in Rose One Live that they are not guilty unless convicted.
That goes along for other stuff. Besides sex crimes, I'm going to say this one more time without dropping names. If you're not convicted, by all means, you're still innocent, right? Until you're convicted. Just remember that.
Facts.
If you're going to say something about one person, put it across the board. Put it across the board.
Correct.
Just saying.
And we're not just talking about sexual charges.
Talking about all charges.
Talking about all charges. Like,
Okay, so hold on. People are already getting messed up. Bree, I need you to take a breath. I did not say Kayla was 14. I said the author had been working with Kayla since she was 14, and she had interviewed her about all these guys she was with, including James. Never said at 14. Oh my God. So Bree, one more time. The author stated she had been working with Kayla since she was 14. James was integrated into her life at whatever time, but the point is he was an adult. Jesus fuck. And by the way, I'm aggravated with her because Bree's the James supporter, trying to twist my words. I never ever said James was with her at 14. So please stop twisting. And that's sad you have to repeat yourself like that for people like her and May May and these little James supporters because they will twist your shit. It's annoying, actually.
I have to agree with you.
I hate when people do that stupid shit, dude. And they do it on purpose. Like, Bree, stop it. You're very transparent. You didn't get confused, Bree. Please don't let May May write your scripts. Right.
And Bree, I think that's a good statement. You know, what's right is right and wrong is wrong. But the fact is that the whole point here is what is considered a minor and what's considered an adult. What's considered consensual. It's not about James. It's not about Kayla. It's about the age difference in the law and how people on the app are sitting here defending one but won't defend another.
Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. Y'all are going to go hardcore rah for one person, but come on, man. There's a lot of people in this app that have been, and rightfully so, dragged and exposed for this kind of situation. And they were lepers. They were banished to a different island. But because it's your friend, you have an issue now. I don't like that. Do y'all realize that I hate to keep dropping him, but South Jersey, when I found out, and I've been friends with South Jersey, I used to have a lot of respect for him, right? When I found out very recently about his history, his criminal history, you do realize that was not that. I immediately went live and talked about this. Immediately. Do you think I really enjoyed talking about my friend? but he had a criminal record I don't agree with publicly and privately. And that is what I do because I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Does it mean I hate South Jersey? No, I do not. I do not agree with his criminal record. And I sure as fuck went live and immediately addressed it. I wish other people would be the same way.
I was just sent something, so hold on 1 second.
Hey, Serenity.
Hey, babe, how are you?
Aggravated.
I was just, yeah. Well, you're doing a good job at controlling your aggravation. I wanted to say something, but I'll wait until she's done showing whatever.
What is this? What is this, hon?
The book looks like.
Oh, okay. She's showing what the book looks like. So there you go. Thank you, Dani.
Awesome. It doesn't tell me what to say and what not to. In my own person, I also have questions.
All right, Serenity. I apologize, hon. What do you want to?
Yeah, go ahead. So I was just gonna touch on this subject. I have 3 sons. My 2 older sons, they're in their mid to late 20s, and my youngest son just turned 18, and he's in his senior year of high school, and he turned 18 right at the beginning. And I had to sit down with him and have a serious conversation about his dating this year because of this exact topic. Back when other, our parents and grandparents were growing up, it wasn't,
it was accepted almost.
it wasn't a thing,
my grandma and grandpa.
However, we've evolved and we've, figured out that there is such a thing as emotional manipulation and grooming and, lots of other things. And kids are so impressionable and vulnerable at that young age. And so, I had to have a conversation with him, and it, just so that he's aware that he needs to ask these questions to girls that he's talking to or that are interested in him about their age, because, even though he's a senior and he could be talking to a sophomore and she could only be 16 or 15, and I would never want my child to be in a situation like that. So
that's kind of what
it
Steph
is a
was
very
saying, I agree with.
yeah it is. It's
heartbreaking.
It is a very touchy subject, but
That needs to be discussed.
It is something that needs to be discussed, and I don't think it needs to be discussed with hate. And I just wish that people would take their hate for certain individuals and put it aside, so we could just have a conversation about the issue at
Like,
hand.
girl, did you not see me in a box with Corey West and Colby of all people? And I don't like either one. I mean, and I respected both of their opinions. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, let's put our differences aside to just have this conversation as adults, as we,
Like, I didn't tell Colby
as
he
we
was wrong.
can
not one
be,
bit.
and just talk about it. Have a discussion. There needs to be
And
more
hell, I was even allowing
positive.
May to speak her mind, but she had to
discussions.
deflect. There's a difference in deflection because you hate a lot of us versus what Serenity just said. Just speak up.
Thank you for my gift. I appreciate that. But yeah, I just wanted to say
You're
that.
a gift
but
to me, Serenity. Did you know that? That you are actually a gift to me
thank
every
you.
time I see you.
don't make
Serenity
me
for
blush now.
president.
Oh no, girl, I don't want that.
I don't either. I tell Claudette all the time, leave me the fuck alone. I do not want it. Where is my Claudette?
I just wanted to say that also there is a huge difference in a 15 and 19-year-old from when I was 15 and 19 and to the 15 and 19-year-olds there are now. Just like, with Girl mentioned her grandparents with their ages. These were different times. And honestly, I don't feel that we have addressed the time it is now with teenagers. I mean,
That's a good point. That's a
you
very
said
good
that
point.
you said you mentioned it to your son, but how many other moms and dads are having this discussion?
Very good point.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Mhm.
Not a lot. I'm certain. Because there's a lot of conversations that I have with my children that I know that many other parents of his peers aren't having. Just because of the society that we live in. Kids are growing up at a much faster rate nowadays, and
Exactly. And it's not even that they're growing up at a faster rate. The whole culture around sexual SA and grape is totally different now than it was, say, 20 years ago. Like 20 something years ago, it was an awful embarrassment. You didn't go to the police, nothing like that. Where nowadays, if someone looks at you wrong, you're pressing charges.
right.
And
I think a lot of that has to do with the internet. When the internet blew up,
I agree.
predatorial behavior definitely increased because there was new ways to become a predator. Back in the
And it made it
80s, you heard
easier.
about abductions, you heard about SA, you heard about grape, but you didn't realize it as much as you do today because of the internet.
I
Right.
agree with that.
You could just shut your door and keep your family safe. Now, you can't even keep your family safe inside of your home. You're not
That's
safe
the
anywhere.
thing. You know, Everyone's like, oh, well, they live in a really good neighborhood, and, he's a football player and he was accepted to Stanford, and that does not mean that he cannot rape a girl on a college campus or a high school campus.
Yeah,
One
none of that
thing does
matters.
not Yeah, one thing does not mean that the other thing is possible.
Real quick, can I address one badass girl? I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. This really just got me. My mom and dad failed me. I met my husband of 20 years when I was 15 and he was 35. I see now I was groomed. There you go, right there. And I'm sorry, one badass girl, that you went through that. Right there is exactly kind of what Steph was saying. Sorry, Duchess. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry that that happened to you. And it's just that in today's society, we're having to protect our kids not just from the stuff that we see and we know about, but the stuff that we don't know about, that we can't see, that happens behind closed doors. And it's like you always used to think, oh, well, they live in a bad neighborhood. Don't go through that neighborhood at night. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, what you look like. You could be attacked.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to
I'm not
feed
just
off of
saying the
what you're
kid.
saying. Last night I went into a live where it was supposed to be protected for littles. And the gentleman that was holding, I can't even call him a gentleman, he's a scumbag, that was hosting that live is a registered offender. So, how many of those littles are being preyed upon in the so called protected live? You see it all the time, all these boxes, all these different lives. Oh, it's a safe space, it's this and that. But how many are truly in there to be a predator against those littles?
Exactly.
Many, 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 many. Yeah.
And that just goes to show how much advance and how much technology is here these days that allows for this type of behavior to exist. And it's sickening. It's just truly sickening.
My son, and I've said this, I've thought this many times, like, whenever my any of my boys had wanted to ever go to a friend's house, I first wanted to meet the parents in person, speak to them, that type of stuff. I've had kids come to my house that I'd never met the parents, that type of situation, and it kind of just flabbergasted me. And to protect myself and my children, I don't care if it was male or female, I would never allow any child into my children's bedrooms. They always had to just visit in common areas of the house.
Can you write this? Who are you talking about? Did we look him up and he's a registered sex offender? If you're talking about South Jersey, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, no, he's not registered. No, he is absolutely not registered. And again, that's not me defending his goddamn charges. Holy shit. But no, to keep factual going, Jersey is not registered. He was convicted. He went to jail. He is not registered.
And I'm going to add
Still
that
wrong.
he openly admitted to what
Yes.
he did.
He
This
did.
is not me defending him because I think it's sick as fuck.
Isn't that
and I
sad
don't
how we got to
support
keep
him.
saying that?
But I don't.
But once
I don't
again,
support
he's not
him.
the topic of this live,
Facts.
right?
He had his moment.
Yeah.
That just comes off as more deflection, dude. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up because I may be wrong. Please, no more deflection. It's already been discussed and dissected.
It's done so much.
Yeah. The facts of the matter are, yes, not registered, convicted, yes. Wrong in some people's eyes, yes and no. In mine, yeah, it's wrong. I can't speak for everybody, so we'll leave it at that. I'm done talking about that shit. That's so sad that has to keep being repeated, though, because people will twist everything like you're supporting